I've done several videos on Oscar-nominated performances that I think were better than the ones chosen by the Academy. This time, I want to share with you my thoughts on nominated performances that didn't win, but were certainly worthy, and perhaps just in one of those really competitive years. I'm Michael, aka Oscar Man, and I'll begin with an actress not necessarily known for her dramatic skills.
I need to do something, and I need to write again.
What about Fanny Price?
God damn, it's Bryce. As terrifying as it sounds, I think I'm supposed to be writing about us.
I'm still mad at you, you know. You treated me like shit. I didn't think you were a very nice person, Lee.
I would agree with you.
Based on a true story, 2018's Can You Ever Forgive Me gave comedic actress Melissa McCarthy a great opportunity to showcase her more serious side. Familiar to audiences from her Oscar-nominated performance in Bridesmaids, McCarthy's portrayal of writer Lee Israel, who forged letters from deceased authors and playwrights in order to draw attention to her failing career, really surprised me.
Maybe I can get you paid for your work again.
And how is it that I'm supposed to do that, Marjorie? I'm a 51-year-old woman who likes cats better than people. Not exactly hot and sexy, as you like to say.
I have to admit that I did not expect this type of performance from Melissa McCarthy, and I was happy that she not only received great critical acclaim, but also an Oscar nomination as Best Actress. Talk about being nominated in a tough year. Of course, we all expected Glenn Close to win, so did the other nominees, but McCarthy was also up against Olivia Coleman, the winner for The Favorite. I hope Melissa McCarthy gets another chance at a great dramatic role. What did you think of her performance?
Who do they think they're fighting? They're picking trouble with the best army in the world.
Where are you going?
I gotta get back to company.
The company? But why?
Why?
But you can't. You're not well yet. Besides, you're AWOL. They'll throw you in the stockade.
They'll be throwing them out of the stockade. They need every guy they can get.
Montgomery Clift gave one of his finest performances in 1953's Best Picture winner From Here to Eternity. As Private Robert E. Lee Pruitt, Clift earned his third lead actor nomination. Montgomery Clift had to compete with his co-star Burt Lancaster for Best Actor, and I think they canceled each other out, leaving Hollywood favorite William Holden to win for Stalag 17.
You killed him.
Did I? Well, if I did, he asked for it.
The army's gonna get you sooner or later, Fatso. But before they do, I want a piece of you myself. I figured that. See this knife? It's the one you pulled on Maggio.
If I had a ballot that year, I would have voted for Clift, because I think his character was really the centerpiece of the film. Yeah, Lancaster got to frolic with Deborah Carr on the beach, but Clift was the kind of talent who elevated those around him, boosting Frank Sinatra and Donna Reed to supporting Oscars. Who do you think deserved to win lead actor that year?
Were you just diddling me? Is that it? I'm great if I'm helping your career, but when I'm a woman for a second, I get immediately fucked around by you?
Jane, this is my dad.
I'm very pleased to meet you, sir. Please forgive what I said.
1987 was a pretty competitive year in the lead actress category. Holly Hunter earned her first nomination for her role as Jane Craig, the intense television news producer who is very serious about maintaining the integrity of the network's output.
It's a long time since I've seen my folks, but I'm not expecting any big homecoming.
Stop there.
No.
Dial, I want to shoot The Homecoming from a Norman Rockwell book I have in the office.
You don't have enough time.
I'll be right down. It's real tight.
All right, I have to tell Ernie about this because there isn't enough time.
Yes, there is.
Hunter found herself up against the likes of Glenn Close, Sally Kirkland, Meryl Streep, and eventual winner Cher for Moonstruck. I've been vocal on this channel about my muted enthusiasm for Cher's win. Now I know there are those of you who thought she deserved it, while others wanted Close to win. I had never heard of Holly Hunter before broadcast news, but when I saw the film, I was simply blown away and was rooting for her to win Best Actress. As you know, she eventually prevailed for The Piano, and I think Holly Hunter is a rightful Oscar winner. Has her performance in broadcast news held up today?
Who the hell is without a helper, and what does she have to do with my sister?
Why don't you sit down and cool off?
You've known about this the whole time, haven't you?
Tom, I find it difficult conducting a session with...
Now, this is not a session, damn it. I'm asking you a question. You're doing a shitty job of evading it. Tell me who wrote this book.
What's so disturbing about
That's not the issue.
Nick Nolte has been one of those journeyman actors whose good work is often overlooked. As Tom Lingo in 1991's The Prince of Tides, Nolte received his first Oscar nomination, and deservedly so, for his strong performance as a man haunted by his past.
God help me. I think the silence was worse than the rapes. Three days later, Savannah tried to kill herself.
I think Nolte would have won in another year, but he just happened to be up against Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, I know you're going to cry category fraud for Hopkins, but he won for lead, so we have to move on. I am not one of those people who believe that Barbra Streisand can do no wrong, but she did do a pretty good job directing The Prince of Tides, showing sensitivity and empathy towards Nolte's troubled character. Nick Nolte had a second chance at a Best Actor Oscar for 1998's Affliction, in another story of family discord. But I think his work in Prince of Tides stands out as one of the highlights of his long career. Would he have gotten your vote?
Mother, it's me. It's me, Norma Jean.
Was Blonde a perfect film? Absolutely not. Did I think it was a good film? No. But I cannot deny how excellent I thought Ana de Armas was in her Oscar-nominated role as Marilyn Monroe. The 2022 biography was a tough one to sit through, partially because the story took a lot of turns I didn't think were necessary or true.
Fine, thank you. Hey, that's all right. Everything is okay. Thank you. Give us a second.
Marilyn Monroe, a rising new Hollywood talent, proves herself a strong, dynamic presence.
It won Worst Picture at that year's Razzie Awards. Plus, Oscar-nominated Michelle Williams also did a great job of portraying Monroe in My Week with Marilyn. I try to be as transparent with you as I can. I voted for De Armas at that year's SAG Awards. I was that impressed with her work. I knew she had no chance of winning the Oscar, as that went to Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Sometimes a truly good performance will sneak through in a film that is, well, not so good. And for me, Ana de Armas accomplished that. Did you see Blonde? And if so, tell me what you thought of her performance.
No, sir, I'm thinking colored men colored. I'm so busy thinking colored, I can't see nothing else sometimes. I just ain't thinking colored us like you. You tell me you praying here, you expect I'm gonna say thank you, Reverend, you ain't praying for me. It ain't, Lord, don't let that peck break his nose. Or Lord, let him get out of town and not get shot at. I ain't nothing to you but a black ugly fist here.
1970's The Great White Hope was a biographical drama about Jack Johnson, who became the first African-American heavyweight boxing champion, and his controversial relationship with a Caucasian woman. James Earl Jones recreated his Tony-winning role and earned his first and only Oscar nomination for his riveting performance alongside Oscar-nominated Jane Alexander.
You're not your own man anymore, Jack.
Now you're rolling.
How can you be your own man when they have you? They do and you know it.
Every time you push that pinched up face in front of me, I see where it done got me. I don't want to give you nothing, you understand? I'll cut it off first.
While James Earl Jones eventually received an honorary Oscar in 2012, it's a shame he didn't win a competitive one, especially for The Great White Hope. I mean, George C. Scott won that year for Patton, and he didn't even want the Oscar. So I think that was kind of a waste of an award. If you've never seen The Great White Hope, check it out, not only for its story, but also to enjoy the strong performance of an actor who was always commanding, whether on stage or on screen.
I'm Lori. I'm one of the slaves here.
Oh, well, hi, slave. I'm Mary Jo, future slave, hopefully.
Mary Jo?
Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend's name's Billy Joe. He's from Tennessee. You from the South?
Mm-hmm. I'm from North Carolina, but I lived in Tennessee.
Do you know Sweetwater?
Yes, I do. I used to go fishing there.
Oh, my boyfriend took me fishing there.
Oh, really?
I love it there. So beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing here in Starlight Beach?
Oh, just trying to get a job.
How many of you have heard of and seen 1999's Tumbleweeds? This is one of those small, independent films that I love to watch. The film starred English actress Janet McTeer as Mary Jo Walker in this road movie about a mother who, once she stays in one place too long, she takes her daughter with her as she searches for greener pastures.
I don't know. Fix it up a little, put a shade on it, use a little creativity.
Well, maybe you can use some of that creativity to help me out a little bit.
Sure, sweetie, with what?
My dress.
Your what?
I'm getting married.
I don't believe it. It's about time. What brought this on all of a sudden?
Billy Joe, he passed his test. I am throwing away my pills and we're going to start a family.
Oh, my gosh, I'm going to be babysitting. Oh, sweet thing. That is so great.
I really enjoyed Tumbleweeds, especially the interplay between mother and daughter. This small-scale film had an uphill battle to gain the attention of critics and the public. And while Janet McTeer deservedly was nominated for her heartfelt performance, I have to admit, she wasn't going to win against Hilary Swank in Boys Don't Cry, one of my all-time favorite Best Actress wins. I bet if Tumbleweeds had been released in the last 5 years, Janet McTeer might have had a good chance of winning. Frances McDormand won for Nomadland.
Strong Thurman and Hoover don't give a shit about me. What they really want to destroy is all of us coming together and demanding this country change.
Coleman Domingo earned his first Oscar nomination in the true story of Bayard Rustin, a political activist who helped Martin Luther King organize the 1963 March on Washington. The 2023 film captured the social climate of the 1960s with its focus on its title character's fight for both his race and his sexuality.
We are going to put together the largest peaceful protest in the history of this nation.
How big?
100,000 people.
This is another performance that just knocked my knickers off. I had heard strong buzz about Rustin before watching it for consideration at the Screen Actors Guild Awards. And not only was I impressed, I voted for Coleman Domingo for Best Actor. I really hoped he would win at the Oscars, but that was a strong year in the category. And Cillian Murphy's win for Oppenheimer was hardly a surprise. But there is not a doubt in my mind that Coleman Domingo is going to become an Oscar winner. Did you see Rustin?
Mama, it's all right now. No, don't cry. Cry tomorrow. You remember? You remember what you used to tell me when I was a little girl? You have all day tomorrow.
I'm a sucker for 1955's I'll Cry Tomorrow, starring Susan Hayward in her fourth Oscar-nominated performance. As singer Lillian Roth, Hayward tore through the screen in this emotional story of a woman's descent into alcoholism. The film was pretty daring stuff at the time and pulled no punches in its depiction of Roth hitting rock bottom and ultimate climb back to sobriety.
Except for the fact that my exits were becoming much less glamorous than my entrances. And what we spent kept increasing. What I made grew smaller.
I have watched I'll Cry Tomorrow so many times, it's saved on my DVR. Susan Hayward gave, I think, her career best performance here, even better than her Oscar-winning turn in 1958's I Want to Live. Hayward did her own singing in the film after extensive vocal training because she knew this was a part every actress in Hollywood coveted. She lost Best Actress to Anna Magnani in The Rose Tattoo, and I'll argue that one whenever the race is brought up. Susan Hayward always gave everything she had to a part, even when her later roles didn't deserve it. I know many of you know of her performance in I'll Cry Tomorrow, so come on, are you with me on this one? There is one more performance that is so great that it almost pains me to say that it didn't win an Oscar. But before I get to that, I want to thank you for joining me on my journey through Oscars past. I love creating these videos, and I appreciate your support and great feedback. After the video concludes with an unforgettable movie moment, will you please click on the like button? And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, join our amazing community for a new video each week and daily polls where you become an Academy member.
We could go upstairs right now.
Is there a TV upstairs? I like to watch.
Peter Sellers was one of a kind. Everyone knew he could do comedy based on his legendary work in a host of popular films. But when he got that rare chance to teeter on the edge of both realms, Sellers was untouchable. No more so than his brilliant performance as Chauncey Gardner in 1979's Being There. I found this to be a profoundly moving film, deeply felt through its complex yet simple tale of one man's impact on the lives of so many others.
I remember Joe. He was very fat, had short hair, and showed me pictures from a funny little book.
Some pictures?
Yes, of men and women.
Make no mistake, this was a difficult performance to pull off. Peter Sellers was so subtle with the comedic aspects of the film, letting the characters surrounding him, including Shirley MacLaine, offer more broader strokes. Burt Lancaster was the first choice to play Chauncey Gardner, and while I admire Burt for several reasons, he would have been totally wrong. A bit of trivia. Peter Sellers claimed that he lost the Oscar to Dustin Hoffman in Kramer vs. Kramer because outtakes of Sellers' performance were featured over the end credits of Being There, and he felt that that broke his character's mystique. I don't think that detracted from his performance. Looking back now, I think he should have easily won. What do you think? I would now like to know which Oscar-nominated performances you think could have won in a different, perhaps less competitive year. It's all about timing, and there have been a lot of worthy nominees who got passed over for a variety of reasons. And until we meet again, let me know what you think of this film's conclusion.